What's going on, guys? Okay, moving forward is what we need to be doing from here on. Talked about that in the previous video. So, in this one, and pertaining to moving forward, wanted to touch on a couple things about physical fitness. We should all be devoting some time and effort to being in the best physical shape that we can be in. There's some catches to that I want to point out because it's a little different than what you might be used to hearing and having some people try to cram down your throat. You should be in the best physical shape that you can be in for you, not for anybody else. For you and your situation and circumstances. The reason I bring that up is it's very popular, it seems, around the great and wise internet for people who are basically single, financially well-off gym junkies and have all the time and money they want to spend at the gym working out to go around ridiculing people who aren't in as good a shape as they are with no knowledge whatsoever of those other people's circumstances and situations. A lot of folks, myself included, have physical limitations due to injuries, surgeries, etc. Not to mention just time and financial constraints and considerations. So my point in bringing all that up, then I'm prefacing where I'm going with it, is don't be intimidated by anybody else making you feel bad because of what your particular physical situation is and what you might not be in a position to do relevant or in relation to what somebody else is doing, okay? Because the only people that are affected by your personal physical shape is you and those who are directly depending on you. That's it. Nobody else's opinion matters outside of that. So, where am I going with all that? It's easy to get lulled into that trap that to be ready for bad times and ready for what may come, that you have got to be like ready to start Ranger School. You've got to be able to do Ironman triathlons. That you've just got to be able to, bench press and squat, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. You need to be able to run, 20 miles on a 300-degree day, whatever. And I'm being a little facetious there, but the reason is because people throw out some facetious expectations on what other people should be able to do or not do. So that all said, I'm sure a lot of you are like me. I don't have the time or the money to go spend a couple hours a day, every day in the gym. I have to make do with what I can do around the house. I don't have the money nor the room for a bunch of expensive weights and workout equipment and all that. Sometimes you got to make do old school, and that's fine. That's my point. That's where I'm going with this. You can get in some better shape just with what you've got at home. The trick is to be realistic about what you're doing and keep in mind what your goal is. Again, it's to be functionally fit, right? The best example I know of that sums all this up is by someone that I've had the pleasure of talking with a good bit, and somebody that I really like. You may or may not have heard of him. His name is Justin Vitito. Justin is a former Army sniper. He's got a long list of things that he's done while he was in the military. He was a small unit tactics instructor, Pathfinder, mountain warfare graduate, airborne graduate, air assault. The guy's done some things. He's had some combat tours. He knows a few things. And I think personally that what he's got to say is worth listening to. Now, Justin does some instructing and teaching, or at least I know he has. I know he's tied up with some other things at the moment, but I'm hoping he'll get back to that at some point. Not too long ago, a couple months ago I guess, he put up a post on his social media, and it's not up anymore because he's taken all that down for reasons. But when he put it up, it was at a time when I was dealing with some things, trying to get back in shape and better shape from where I was and am, all the way back from my surgery a year ago, that really set me back from the time I was down with it and recovery time and everything else. And I was struggling with it, both time and physically and everything else. So I'm going to just read you what he posted and why I think this is one of the most applicable outlooks to have when it comes to physical fitness for what we're talking about here, for being an armed prepared citizen, being ready for potential bad times, be it on a day-to-day basis or longer-term basis. So I'm going to read you what he wrote. I got to put on the Mark 1 Motto reading assist devices. Don't get old, guys. It's a trap. I'm telling you. It's straight up a trap. All right. So I'm going to read you what he posted. What I've learned about fitness as it pertains to survival, combat, and security operations. Things that I have had to do regularly or often in terms of physical fitness. Climb. Ladders, cables, buildings, rocks, etc. Loaded walking. Hills. Long distances, relative speed. Sustainability versus weight versus mobility is imperative to analyze. Carrying relatively heavy objects in hand, 50 pounds or less. Lift relatively heavy objects over shoulder height, 50 pounds or less. Sprint short distances, 100 yards or less. Physical work, shoveling, hammering, building things, etc. Maintain a position that was physically uncomfortable for long periods of time. If you think about those things, those are all very applicable to what we could be seeing in a long-term situation, in a short-term situation, in day-to-day situations, right? But think about how simple those kind of goals are to attain and things that you can do. So now, things that I have never had to do in terms of physical fitness. And again, this is Justin. Bench press, weighted squats, long distance runs. Think about what he's saying there. He goes on. Diet and nutrition, common occurrences. Continue on almost no calories for an extended period. Only access to junk food, quote unquote, for an extended period. Limited water supply. Things I have seen from others. Bodybuilder types that have trouble when diet is significantly changed or when endurance is needed. People on strict diets that get sick when only junk food is available. Skinny guys who can't carry weight. People who have excess body weight who have trouble physically and when faced with a calorie deficit. His conclusions. Your physical priorities are core, grip, shoulder strength, and endurance, and loaded walking endurance. Diet should maintain body weight to where it is not a liability for movement and also incorporate junk food and fasting periods so system isn't shocked when it becomes necessary. Having a six-pack or being able to bench press a house has absolutely no benefit. Flexibility and stretching is important. Fiber, magnesium, and other supplements, things that are deficient in a junk food diet, help immensely when only junk food is available. Must be sustainable for the duration or able to wean off. It serves no purpose to be in way better shape than the rest of your team, but you shouldn't be the weakest or the slowest. Worry about what you can do, not what you look like. The main purpose of losing fat should be to not have to carry extra weight. The main purpose of building muscle should be to make physical tasks easier. Now, I want you guys to think about everything that he just said there, right? If you got to rewind this and play it again, go back and listen to what he's saying and think about it. Guys, even the busiest of us, you can find times during your day at some point to get out and go for a walk. Get out and do 15 minutes worth of 10-yard wind sprints. Do some push-ups in your living room. Do some crunches. Find a tree limb and start doing some pull-ups, chin-ups. Find something heavy around the house to pick up and down a lot. It could be a rock, a log, piece of wood, whatever. There are plenty of things you can do around your house that will help you get in better shape that require not a lot of your time and not a lot of your money. But you got to keep the goal in mind that you're not going to look like somebody who spends 4 hours a day every day in a fancy gym somewhere. But that's okay. That's not the point. That's not the goal. This also means that you can work around your own given limitations. You may have knee injuries. Running much at all might be out of the question for you. But maybe you can put on a backpack with a little weight in it and go walk a mile or two. It's beneficial. Do it. Right? And don't feel bad about it. Do it and then do it some more. The point here is move forward. Improve your position. In this case, we're talking about physically. Get out and do those little things. Find stuff around your house that you can use. I'm sure most of you watching this have probably got an ammo can full of ammo somewhere around your house. You know what you can do with that ammo can full of ammo? You can pick it up and do curls with it. You can pick it straight up and down. You can lift it up over your head a bunch. That's a good chunk of weight to pick up and move. Yes, you're not trying to bench press 500 pounds, or you're not trying to deadlift or squat 400 or 500 pounds, but it'll be beneficial and it'll get you in better shape than what you are for common daily usable tasks that your body will probably be doing. Things go bad. So think about that. Go back, rewind that, listen to it again. Start doing whatever you can do. Final note, because this is something that I struggle with, partly due to my surgery. Do a lot of stretching, okay? You can sit in front of the TV if you're one that likes to sit and watch TV, or watching YouTube videos, and you can sit and stretch. Stretch your legs, stretch your arms, stretch everything. There's plenty of places you can go to find online different ways to do stretches, do them safely. I can tell you from my martial arts, flexibility is a very, very good thing to have. It will allow you more options in doing things, but also make you less prone to injury when you get put in various situations and positions. So, hope that's of some help, guys. Get out there, get after it, improve your position, and move forward. We do not have any time to waste. Take care. I'll see you in another one.